Welcome to the Physics New Era channel. Today we are going to know about the numerical problems regarding the rotational dynamics. So from 12 onwards we are going to take that. Here problem number 12 is before you. I am going to read that problem. You are also going to read with me. Somehow, the sentence already given, somehow an ant is stuck to the rim of the bicycle wheel of diameter 1 meter. While the bicycle is on a center stand, the wheel is set into rotation and it attains a frequency of 2 revolutions per second in 10 seconds with a uniform angular acceleration. Calculate number 1, the number of revolutions completed by the ant in these 10 seconds. Number 2, time taken by it for the first complete revolution and the last complete revolution. That is important. And the answer is also given. Just we'll have to clarify all that answers. So let us start with this one. What exactly the data which is given that I am going to write one by one. Data. Here the data it is given. Initially the frequency it is given, that is 2 revolutions per second, as well as time taken for complete. We say rotations or revolution, it is 10 seconds. So, but how many revolutions it will take, that is question mark. We don't know that. Even if for that one, what exactly is the angle, that is also unknown. So, we need to get the time period for the first as well as for the last. Okay, we need to get this. So, for that one, I am going to take the angular velocity omega, which is question mark. And we know very well that omega is equal to 2 pi into n. Already we know the n. So omega is equal to 2 pi into 2. It is equal to 4 pi, which is measured in a radian per second. So this is about, we say, angular velocity is the first factor which we got. Later on, how many rotations it will complete when ant is stuck to the wheel and it will continuously rotating. So for that one, I am going to take one kinematical equation, linear kinematical equation we are going to get. Okay, for that one, here the kinematical equation, that is V is equal to U plus AT. See, these kinematical equations plays a vital role. So here omega in case of rotational motion, I am going to express the kinematical equation, this equation as omega 0 plus alpha into t. Okay, so this alpha into t, I am going to obtain the value of alpha from that one. So here one more factor, that is alpha question mark. From that alpha we can get the value of theta. How? That we will see. Here omega 0 is equal to 0 because initially wheel is at rest. Wheel is at rest. So wheel is at rest. That time omega 0 value or initial angular velocity of that wheel is 0. So substituting this value as a 4 pi, which is equal to 0 plus alpha into how many seconds it will take? 10. So 4 pi divided by alpha is equal to 4 pi divided by 10, that comes out to be 0.4 pi. But what about the unit? It is radian per second square. This is the unit regarding this. See, this is the underlined term which we got. Now for the first rotation, we say first rotation, I am going to write Here the kinematical equation we need to consider that S is equal to ut plus half of at square. This is a linear one. Comparing this one, we know the equation, that is theta is equal to omega 0 t plus half of alpha t square. As we know, for the single rotation, how much is the angle which is subtended during single rotation? As we know, if we start from the lower position, as we know it is 0, then we have half pi, then we have the pi, then we have 3 pi by 2, again we have the 2 pi. So total angle for a single rotation, theta is equal to 2 pi radian. So substituting that value, that is 2 pi, okay, so it is equal to 0. Why 0? Because already know that initial angular velocity it is 0. 0 multiplied by any quantity it is 0. So it is half of the 0.4, because already we have calculated that value, pi into t first, we say t first rotation. So after solving this, I am going to write here t1 square is equal to here 0.2. So 2 pi upon 0.2 pi. This pi get cancelled. Here it is 2 divided by 0.2. It comes out to be 10. After solving this, see, 1 divided by 0.1 means it is 10. So here it is t1 square is equal to, we say 10, and t1 is equal to under root of 10, but under root of 10 means 3.16 seconds. Okay, and for the, we say this is for the first rotation. Now for the ninth rotation we need to consider. For a ninth rotation, already we have calculated for the, we say first rotation, and for the ninth rotation, as we know, theta is equal to 2 pi radian for first, and for ninth, here I am going to write directly theta is equal to 2 pi into 9 radian for ninth. Okay, ninth rotation. So seems to be getting that theta 9, theta first. So theta 9 is equal to omega 0 t plus half of alpha, here half of alpha into t, we say 9, we say t9 square. So 2 pi into, here it is 9, which is equal to omega 0 means 0, and here we have the half of, we say alpha means 0.4 pi into t9 square. So after cancelling this, 0.2 came, so 2 pi, or we say 18 pi divided by 0.2 pi. So after getting that t9 square, now here it is at t9. If we continuing this, t9 is equal to, here after substituting, we are about to get t9 square is equal to 90. And what about this 90? Here under root of 90 we need to get that t9 is equal to under root of 90, which comes out to be here 9.4868. Okay, this value is in seconds. For last rotation or revolution, we are about to get the value, that is t last is equal to total how many seconds it will take? Totally 10 seconds it will take. 10 minus here t9. This is for the difference between 10th or the last, we say rotation time. The time period for the last rotation. So time period, that is So the last rotation, which is given by 10 minus 9.4868. So answer comes out to be for the T last is equal to how much? That is 0.5132. 0.5132 is the expected answer. After solving this, we got this answer, or rounding this. Somehow we are about to get that rounded answer, that is 0.5132 seconds. Now we have the problem number 13. Here the problem number 13 before you. I'm going to read the problem. Here it is. The coefficient of static friction between a coin and a gramophone disc is 0.5. The radius of the disc is 8 centimeter. Initially, the center of the coin is, actually there is a correction in that one. Initially, the center of the coin is 2 centimeter. Instead of pi, we have 2 centimeter away from the center of the disc. At what minimum frequency will it start slipping? There, question mark. By the factor, by what factor will the answer change if the coin is almost at the rim? Use G is equal to pi square meter per second square. Means here, initially, what the factors which are given, that we are going to know. Here is the data before you. What are the factors which are given? Here, the gramophone disc is having the coefficient of friction with the coin, which is given by coefficient of friction denoted by the symbol mu, and which is given by mu is equal to 0.5. And later on, we have the radius of the disc. Seems to be knowing that capital R is the radius of the disc, which is given by 8 centimeter, or I am going to convert that into meter, that is 8 into 10 raised to power minus 2 meter. Okay. Now coin is placed initially at a 2 centimeter. Means R. If R is the distance from the axis of rotation where this disc it is rotating, it is having a 2 centimeter from the axis of rotation. So once again we need to convert that into meter. So knowing all that, what exactly is, at what minimum frequency, means we need to calculate the initial frequency so that it will start slipping. So N1 question mark, and then later on, by what factor will the answer change if the coin is almost at the rim? So what exactly is the relation between this N2 and N1? N1, N2 relation. Exactly, what exactly is the relation between these two? Okay, so here we need to calculate this at the rim, where G value it is given. G is equal to pi square meter per second square. See, all these factors are in, we say MKS units. So seems to be knowing that initially we are going to know that frictional force, the condition when a coin it is stable on a gramophone disc. Seems to be knowing this is your gramophone disc, and here this is the axis of rotation. Seems to be knowing around which it will rotate. Okay, so knowing all that, if this is the axis of rotation and here it is the coin at this distance, okay, this distance is a smaller, whereas total radius of this one is capital R, and whose values are totally it is known. This is your gramophone disc. Okay, this is a gramophone disc. We know we say classical gramophone disc over which we are going to apply some sort of pin and music will play, just like your music compact disc. So frictional force, the condition, so that this coin, this is a coin we say, small coin we have, as compared to the size of the disc we have the coin. So the condition is this one, that it will stable on that one. The frictional force, if it is equal to centripetal force, centripetal force, that time If this condition is fulfilled, it will remain stable on that one. Further, it will start slipping, or we say skidding, and it will goes out of the disc. So we know the frictional force formula, that frictional force is nothing but coefficient of friction, coefficient of friction into a normal reaction applied by the coin on the gramophone disc, normal reaction. But this normal reaction which is acting on the gramophone disc is nothing but your mg, and normal reaction which is acting upwardly, both are equal. So normal reaction we are going to substitute as a, we say, mg. So coefficient of friction is nothing but your mu, and normal reaction denoted by the n, so which is equal to mu into mg. And as we know, this is your frictional force. What about the centripetal force? So centripetal force in terms of angular velocity, and it possesses angular velocity omega, which is given by mr omega square. For what distance where r is equal to 2 centimeter, or 2 into 10 raised to power minus 2 meter. Okay. So knowing all that, if r is the distance from the axis of rotation, so mass into, we say, distance from the axis of rotation into angular velocity square is nothing but your centripetal force. So substituting frictional force is equal to centripetal force. So centripetal force and frictional force, mu m g is equal to m r here omega square. But we know very well that this m cancels with this m, seems to be knowing m is the mass of the coin. So frictional force which is applied on the coin is equal to centripetal force acting on the coin, so that coin will be stable on the rotating gramophone disc. So mu into g is equal to r into 2 pi n, as we are about to calculate the, we say, calculate the frequency of rotation when it is at a distance 2 centimeter. So it is at, okay, 2 centimeter. So substituting that, here it is, mu value is a 0. We say how much? 5. G value, that is pi square. What about the r? Already we know 2 into 10 raised to power minus 2 into 2 into, here it is, omega square, means it is 2 pi n1 whole square. For that one I am going to square that one. That means it is 4 pi square n1 square. So this pi square get cancelled. Remaining terms we are going to take. So we are about to write here. Here I am going to write here 0.5. 0.5, okay, divided by 2 into 10 raised to power minus 2 into we say 4 is equal to n1 square. So about to cancel all the terms and about to get the answer. Before that one, this 10 raised to power, we say minus 2, if it is taken in the numerator, answer is this one, that this is 1 by 2. This 0.5 means 1 by 2. Okay. So this 10 raised to power minus 2, if it is taken in numerator, it becomes 10 raised to power 2. And we know 10 raised to power 2 means 100. Okay. So I am going to write directly. Here it is 100. 100 divided by, this is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Here it is 2 into 4 is equal to n1 square. If we take the square root of all the terms, 4 into, we say 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 8 into 2, 16. Means 100 divided by 16 is equal to n1 square. So cancelling all that terms, about to get the answer now. Okay, the answer is, after solving this is 10 divided by, we say 4. So n1. So n1 is equal to how much? Point, or we say 2.5. It is 2.5. 2.5 is the frequency for the first. We say revolutions per second. This is your answer for the first. Okay. This is the first expected answer, that is the revolutions per second. Now we need to get the relation between, we say n1 and n2. As we know, for or at the rim, we say at the rim or at the edge. When coin is about to start slipping, it goes toward the rim and it goes here. Later on, it goes here, and here it is about to slip. So at the rim, seems to be knowing the radius of that particular, we say gramophone disc is 8 centimeter, or we can term it as 8 into 10 raised to power minus 2 meter. So substituting that same formula we need to apply, that frictional force is equal to centripetal force. Frictional force is equal to centripetal force. Frictional force is equal to centripetal force. So here mu mg is equal to m r omega square. So m cancels with this m. Okay. After substituting, we are about to get the answer for, we say n2, because here I need to substitute r into 2 pi n2. At the edge, we say whole square into mu into pi square. Mu value 0.5 into pi square is equal to r into 4 pi square n2 square. This pi square gets cancelled. This r value I need to substitute, that is 8 into 10 raised to power minus 2. So 8 into 10 raised to power minus 2. Substituting that, after solving, n2 is equal to, here n2 is equal to 0.5 divided by 8 into 10 raised to power minus 2 into 4. Okay. After solving this, we are about to get this cancellation. Here it is 0.5. If it is taken to the, means say in power or numerator, 10 raised to power, here it is 0.5 into 10 raised to power 2 upon 32. If we are solve this one, it comes out to be 1.25. So what exactly is the relation between n1 and n2? As we know, n2 value, it is, we say 1.25, n1 value is 2.5. Means n2 is equal to half of, n2 is equal to half of n1 value. This is our expected answer. Okay, this is your expected answer. This shows the relation between these two, as this is nothing but 1.25 revolutions per second. Here we have the problem number 14 before you. I'm going to read that one. See the problem. Part of racing track is to be designed for the curvature of 72 meters. We are not recommended the vehicle to drive faster than 216 km per hour. With what angle should the road be tilted, or we say raised? By what height will the outer edge be with respect to the inner edge if the track is 10 centimeter wide? Obviously, the length of that is 10, we say meter, 10 meter wide. So let us solve this one. The problem number 14 before you. Problem number 14. So let us get the answer for this one. What exactly it is given that we are going to obtain for. Here, the racing track of curvature. Curvature means a radius. A radius it is, okay. A radius it is given 72 meter. The maximum velocity which is expected is V is equal to 216 kilometer per hour. Okay, kilometer per hour. With what angle? Means expecting that we need to calculate the angle. At what angle should be the road is tilted? And then later on, we need to calculate the height also. Height will be at the outer edge. Okay, with respect to the inner edge, if the length of the road is 10 meter wide. Okay, 10 meter wide. So we are expecting some sort of values which are given, but we need to convert this V into kilometer per hour to meter per second, because all these are in, and this is the heavy unit, that is kilometer. So it is quite easy when to convert that. 216 into, see here, it is kilo. Kilo means 1000 divided by hours. We know that hours means 3600, means it is how many seconds? 1 hour means how many seconds? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, and this 60 minute again get converted into second, means 60 into 60, it is in second, means 1 hour is equal to 60 into 60, that is 3600 seconds. This is, we say, hours to second conversion. After solving this, we are about to get this 60 meter per second. How? This is get cancelled. After solving this, we are about to get the answer for this one, that is 60 meter per second. Now the next is, we are about to calculate the value of theta. As we know that V is equal to under root of Rg tan of theta. Okay, this G value it is not given, but we need to consider the G value as a 10 standardly if it is not given. Okay, meter per second square. If we have substituted this value in this one, we are about to get the answer for this one. This is 60. Okay, so V square is equal to Rg tan of theta. Okay, now after solving this, tan of theta is equal to V square upon Rg taken to the right hand side, and theta is equal to tan inverse of V square upon Rg. Now substituting all the values, tan inverse of V square, that is 60 into 60, 3600, divided by R, that is, we say, radius of the curvature, that is 72, into G, that is 10. After solving that, we are about to get the answer for this one. Here it is. Very simple answer we are about to get. Here it is. After solving, 36 into, here it is 272. Here one of that 0 it is get cancelled. Okay. So it is tan inverse of, what is the factor which is remain here? It is, here it is 1, we say 10, here it is 2, means it is only remain, that is 1 is 5, means a tan inverse of 5. So theta, if we got the tan inverse of 5, it comes out to be 78 points. Here it is 78.69 degrees. If we saw the inverse of that one, how to see the inverse of that one? Find out the value of phi. For that one particular angle, we'll have to obtain. That angle is 78.69 degrees. Now we need to get the h value. For that one, we have the elevation. That is h is equal to L sine of theta. Okay, this is equal to L sine of theta. So we need to calculate this, and already we know the length of the we say road, which is 10 meter. So substituting that 10 into sine of angle which we have already calculated, that is 78.69 degrees. If we are going to observe this angle regarding this, it comes out to be, we say its answer comes out to be, if we are going to observe this sine of 78.69 degrees, we are about to get the answer 10 into, we say 10 into 0.98, 0.98. If we are observing 78.69, that answer comes out to be 0.80 or 0.980, okay, 5, or we say 58, 0.9858. So expected answer is 9.858 for the height in meter. This is your answer. See the answer, whether it is correct or wrong, something it is here. Yes, of course, 9.858. So neglecting all that term, the answer which is given here, it is 9.8 meter. So this is your answer regarding this problem number 14. Means we got the two answers. Theta is equal to, this is the angle of elevation, we say theta is equal to 78.69, and we are raising the height of the road by 9.8 meter or 9.858 meter. Now we have the problem number 15 before you. The road in the question 14, just like the same road we are going to expect. So same angle. So the road in the question 14 above is constructed as per the requirement. Okay. The coefficient of static friction between the tires of the vehicle on this road is 0.8. Will there be a lower, we say, speed limit? By how much can the upper limit exceed in this case? So with answer it is given, but still we are about to get that answer. So let us start with this one, problem number 15. So coefficient of static friction, it is given, that is mu is equal to 0.8. Okay, and here it is given that tan theta in previous, with reference to the problem number 14, I will have to continue this problem. So tan of theta is equal to, tan of theta is equal to how much? 5 in the previous case. Already we got that. So getting that, we are about to substitute the value. But before that one, what exactly is the equation for the mu, and what about the radius? I think the radius, it is same as that of previous. The radius of curvature of that one, it is 72 in the previous one. So radius r is equal to 72 meter in the previous 14 problem. With reference to the 14, same road it is constructed, same angle it is taken, that is tan of theta is equal to 5, and we know that tan inverse of 5, we already got that. So mu is equal to 0.8, tan of theta is equal to 5, r is equal to 72, and g value, g is equal to 10 meter per second square. So what exactly is the V minimum value? And conclusion is this: what happened? What happened when theta value it is greater than equal to 45 degree, okay, what happened to the speed limit? What happens if theta is greater than or equal to 45 degree to the speed limit? Okay, that is the concluding part. So here we know that V maximum value, as we know the previous equation, that is V maximum is equal to Rg into bracket mu plus tan of theta upon 1 minus mu tan of theta. For the maximum, what happened to the minimum value? What is the expected minimum value? This is the maximum value. So as to minimize this total equation, we have the V minimum, so that we are reducing the numerator, increasing the denominator. So V minimum, which is given by Rg as it is, just minimizing this value, that is tan of theta minus mu upon 1 plus, if it is taken a plus, this value it is increased, mu tan of theta. Mu tan of theta. Now this is the minimum value, and that we are expecting. As we know the values of all, that is R, G, mu and tan of theta. Substitute. Here it is R. That is R is 72. 72 into G, that is 10. In bracket, tan of theta is 5. From the previous 14 reference, tan of theta is a 5. Mu is a 0.8. Okay. And what about this 1 plus mu is 0.8 into tan of theta is 5. So after solving all that, here it is under root of 720 into, we say bracket, it is comes out to be 4.2 divided by here 1 plus, here it is 4, means it is 5. After solving this, we are about to get a minimum value which is comes out to be 24.59 after solving this. To solve with a mobile, and we are about to get 24.59 V minimum value. 24.59 meter per second. But we need to convert that into kilometer per hour, because there is a certain limit, or we are expecting the answer in kilometer per hour. So we need to convert that 24.5 into 3600 divided by 1000. If we solve this, it comes out to be 88 kilometer per hour. So this is your minimum speed, so that vehicle can pass through this curvature. Okay. So this is the minimum speed when we are about to construct the same road as that of, we say, previous 14 problem. But if certain conclusion is this one, what happens if theta is greater than equal to 45? Here, this is the first answer, that speed limit, or we say minimum speed limit, is equal to 88 kilometer per hour. And what about the second one? Here, if theta is greater than equal to 45 degrees, Theta is equal to, now theta greater than 45 degrees, there is no speed limit. No speed limit. If it is more than 45 degree, we say V is infinite. So there is a no speed limit. We can go through any speed when we are about to travel if the angle of banking is greater than equal to 45 degree. Thank you.